All right, take one. It's been a little while since I've done one of these, as this is just going to be a just play video. And I thought just before getting into it, I'd go through the standings. This is for my shootout 1947-48 NHL season, full season replay. And I've played 165 of 180 games on the schedule. With very few exceptions, I've been and taking advantage of some actually taking liberties with the time zones. But I've pretty much played, adhered to the day and played the game on the day in which it was played historically, just 74 years later. So 5 games remaining for each of these teams. I thought this would be a good time to check in actually with a video. And I will do this differently come playoffs time. I am going to experiment and try to do something differently. I don't have it quite ready yet. It's been on the back burner, just trying to do some stuff. But 5 games remaining, and as you can see here, the standings pretty close, pretty tight. I mean, in the sense of the top two and then the three. Montreal is not in the playoffs. I didn't even bother putting Montreal on the board here. They are officially out of the playoffs. But are they? They can't. They're not going to catch New York. Montreal has 42 points with 5 games remaining. So if New York and Chicago lose it, Montreal's not making the playoffs. Anyway, so Toronto is 68, Detroit 63, Boston 54. As you can see here, just 4 points separate third and fifth place. And of course, the top 4 teams make the postseason. So between Boston, New York, and Chicago, things are going to be pretty interesting. Chicago, who are actually on tap for this one, the Blackhawks on the road to face the Detroit Red Wings. So that's what I'm going to do right now is just a straight play it out, I guess. Goaltenders, I guess I should double check though. I'm pretty sure. I mean, again, this is 1948. Probably not McGrattan getting the start, though. I should have another look at that. Historically, Detroit won this game by a final score of 7-2, which would indicate maybe McGrattan was in goal for that, but evidently not. So it's going to be Lumley getting the start here against Francis. And what I do, and I'm just going to show, I guess, kind of what I do with this, probably first thing I should do is zoom out, not in, but out a little bit there. And so in order to determine odds, I guess, of getting a scoring chance, I'm going to take one card here out of the pile, and this 2 and 5 here, the 2d6 here, the 25 or whatever. What I'm going to do, that's actually not 25, but yeah, so the 2d6 is here. So I'm looking at Chicago. They're away. They actually have an A up against Detroit C, so that's going to be 1 to 25 for scoring chances for Chicago. And then this 5 here, that's going to be C for Detroit up against E for Chicago. That would be 76 to 100. So basically they are evenly matched going into this. So anyway, and I just take randomly from the pile. You can evaluate for yourself whether or not it's a good, effective system. If it isn't, then it means I'm getting a number of the same cards over and over again. But I think that it is. Anyway, maybe it does explain why I've had higher scoring than usual for this, a season that I've jokingly referred to as the 19480s. But anyway, again, this is going to be, I'm going to try, I guess, my best here just to do a standard game of shootout. So we'll mark minutes. First of all, here 3 minutes. I'm just going to try to keep track in my head of the time like I did with the last one. It may or may not work if I make a little mistake. Oh well. We're going to get a penalty here 3 minutes into it to the Detroit Red Wings. YX2, I'm just going to take the first person I see. Sid Abel's going to be in the box here. So we're up to minute 4 here for Chicago, 1 to 25. So they will indeed have a chance here on the power play. That chance goes to player end for the Chicago Blackhawks, Bill Gadsby. Gadsby has joined the rush here with it in the slot in the power play. We have a 1-0 game here for the Chicago Blackhawks. Bill Gadsby there on the power play. The exact time into it, we're going to say 3 minutes and some change, 3:41 in. I had New York actually score 3:41 in. I am taking from the middle of the pile, right, and not just the top. Sometimes the camera's turned on and I forget those things. Anyway, it's benefited Chicago here. So 3:41 in, Bill Gadsby power play goal. And line 2 in defense 1. So Gadsby's in defense 2, but I will give Ralph Natras the assist then. I'm going to say Gadsby from Natras. And I can't give to another. They're not going to have 3 defense out there in the power play. I'm going to flip one more card over here. So left wing, that's going to be, because it was line 2, defense 1, right? So that's going to be Gay Stewart. Stewart, who had 78 points coming into this, second only to Elmer Locke. So that's another point for him right now. He sits 3 or 4 back of Locke. for the scoring race lead. So it is Gadsby from Natras and Gay Stewart, 341 into it. We're going to take another minute off the clock, so that's going to be up to minute 5. And 99, that's going to be Detroit's first chance here about 5 minutes in. I will keep saying the minutes over and over to remind myself as best I can. It's going to be Pat Lundy from the bench. Lundy, he has it in the slot, and we have a tie game here. It's 1-1. And the exact time between 4 and 5 minutes, so maybe just over a minute later, not even, at 4:36. Detroit tying this at 1. Again, I get high scoring games with this for whatever reason. Now that I've said that, watch it be a 1-1 tie. Pat Lundy, let's see, we're going to take line 2 and any bench defense. Maybe Doug McKay getting a helper here. R5 on line 2, no. Let's see here, line on line 2. I never really know quite what to do with this when it's line on line 2. There might be something in the instructions, or there might not be. I could say Lundy and then Guidolin, and XL excludes him from an assist. I think that's what I'm going to do. Lundy from Guidolin. I'll assume here maybe McFadden, maybe he was a bit banged up, dinged up, took a shift off, and Lundy went out there in the center ice position in his place. Anyway, 2 more minutes off the clock now, so we're up to approaching 7 minutes into the first period, 67 without a chance there for either team. Another minute now, so approaching minute 8:39. Again, we're chanceless. So up to minute 10, and we're going to get a chance actually headed into the 10th minute here for Detroit, and that's going to be player J. That is going to be Rob Morrison, uninvolved in Detroit's first goal there from the second line. Morrison has it in the slot. Those chances looking pretty good here. And indeed they are. We get a 2-1 lead now for the Red Wings. Let's see here. 9:52 into it. Rob Morrison. I'm going to look L2D2. Rob Morrison from Jim McFadden. And just Jim McFadden. So 1 assist on that goal. I've started because I've had player stats already. They seem a little amplified, a little elevated, a little high. So I'm just, for non-power play goals now, for even strength goals, I'm just flipping 2 cards again. Anyway, so that is Morrison from McFadden at 9:52, 2-1 Detroit. We're going to stay in the same minute, though. I might have to adjust that 52. No, I won't. 60. So 3 minutes now. We're headed to minute 13 here. And 13 into minute 13. That's a chance for Chicago. That's Bud Poile in the second line. Been pretty hot with the goal scoring lately. But he's at the blue line where he can't put one in from there. So 2 more minutes now. We're up to about minute 15 here in the first here. With the 15, look at that. 13 to the 13, 15 to the 15. It's going to be Roy Conacher there on Chicago's top line. Conacher from the faceoff dot, where he manages to tie the game here between 14 and 15 minutes into it here, still in the first period. We are precisely at 14:59, not a second, a moment too soon. It's going to be Conacher from, no, is that right? Conacher? Oh, goodness. All right. First brain fart. Right, because Conacher, face-off dot, the goal. Yeah, L is Conacher, right? Face-off dot, goal. 59, that's right. L1D1, we're going to go. So Conacher from Hamill, sorry. And 6 is Doug Bentley. So a 2-assist goal there. Conacher, Chicago's top line, all getting involved. Conacher from Hamill and Bentley at 14:59. We're going to go up to minute 16 now. And here at minute 16, we have another chance for the Blackhawks. Blackhawks desperately need this one since New York won earlier. The Blackhawks now just below the playoff line. Player B, that's Bud Poile here with another shot from the slot this time. And Bud Poile, we have a 3-2 Chicago Blackhawks lead. And I want to go back there to the 6. So the 6, yeah, it was 16. That's what I thought. So Poile here with the goal. It's at 15:29. Poile L2D1 works. D1, so Ralph Natras there with another helper. And left wing Gay Stewart. That's probably 80 points now for Gay Stewart. And we have a 3-2 game here for Chicago. 2 more minutes off the clock. However, though, we're up to minute 18 now here in the first period, where we could have a bit of a brouhaha. I'm going to look home and away because that's the order in which they're printed on the card. Z3 for Detroit. They don't have it. Looking to Chicago. Oh, Z2+2. That's probably... I saw Natras first, so I wanted to penalize Gadsby, but I'm not going to. So 4 minutes. 4 minutes in the box. Wow. Okay, 2+2 here, so Detroit will finish with the man advantage. And in the first minute, nothing doing. And it looks like Detroit themselves, we could have a couple minutes here, the second and third minutes of the 4-minute power play here, playing 4-on-4 Detroit. Let's see here, home, UZ3, they don't have a U and they don't have a Z3. So the Red Wings get away with one at the Olympia. However, I believe if this is not a 0 minute, no, it isn't. That's going to be time. So after one period of play, it is Chicago in the lead here, 3-2. But Detroit will have a couple power play minutes coming back for period two. We're actually, again, because I don't have to shuffle, I don't even know why I'm hinting or implying. I guess one thing I wanted to do, I'll do it here in the fly. I want to check. So Gay Stewart already with 2 points in this game. Stewart came into this one with 78, so he is at 80. Elmer Locke is at 81. So Stewart sits 1 point back here of Elmer Locke. We're going to get things going here for period two. You let me know if I'm taking a bunch of the same cards. 3 off the top here, and that's going to be a chance for Detroit. Or, sorry, I did say power play. 1 off the top. That's going to be a power play chance for the Red Wings here. Player Y. So it's going to be Don Morrison. Evidently, they're... I don't know, their top power play unit's a little tired. Don Morrison here from the face-off circle on the power play where he scores and ties the game here. And let's get the exact time here in the first minute of the period. 47 seconds seems realistic enough. I'm going to look to line 2 here for some power play points and D1. But Don Morrison will get credit for the goal, obviously. So I'm going to say Morrison from Jim McFadden. Maybe Morrison was the 4th forward. And let's flip one more since it was a power play goal. Right wing specifically, let's give that to, so it's going to be Morrison. Pretty sure they're brothers Morrison and McFadden there, and it's a 3-all game here, 47 seconds into period two. 4 more coming off the clock now as we approach minute 5:14. That's going to be a chance for Chicago. Chicago here, we've got player R. That's going to be Gus Bodner on their deadly line 2 here for Chicago, but Bodner with it just at the blue line. And doesn't matter, doesn't score from there. So 3 more now. We're up to minute 8 here in period 2, where the 27, that's going to mean no chance for either side. 25 and 76, remember. So another 3 here. We're up to minute 11 here in period 2. And 92, that's going to be a chance for the Detroit Red Wings. Player J, that's going to be Rob Morrison. Looking for another point. Morrison from the face-off circle. He scores. We get a 4-3 game here. Rod Morrison here for the Detroit Red Wings. And... that was, I did say minute 11, I hope. So at 10:06 here, Rob Morrison. And look L2D2 for that. Morrison, he can't assist on his own goal. However, Bep Guidelin can pick up another helper here in this game on Rod Morrison's goal. And we have a 4-3 game here at 10:06. So now officially up to minute 11 proper, 62. No chances for either team, but we're going to stay in the same minute. I could stand corrected. Indeed, I do. It's going to be Detroit. For future projects, I'm going to do no reserves, no rare. I'm getting tired of them. However, I will look for this one. Shooter injured. I don't care. I'm not. They've already missed time due to injury. I do similar with Doc. I'm not too worried about that. So I'm just going to play on here and just assume a canceled chance where we're going to stay in the same minute, though. So it's the minute that never ends here. 12. That's going to be the Blackhawks back the other way with a play rate. That's Gay Stewart looking to tie Elmer Locke here again in the scoring race. Stewart with it in the slot. A good place for it. And we have a 4-4 game. Gay Stewart has scored here. He's, I want to say that's his 33rd goal. Pretty sure that's 33 goals and 48 assists now in the campaign. Gay Stewart. And again, it was in that minute that never ended. We're going to see officially here at 10:37 for Gay Stewart. And it's going to be Gus Bodner picking up the primary assist. And what was it, L2 or D1? So Ernie Dickens there with the secondary assist on that goal. 4-4 here, 2 more minutes off the clock now. Approaching minute 13, 88 chance for the Red Wings to retake the lead. And it's going to be Ted Lindsay here, terrible Ted. He has it at the face-off circle, and he's unable to score from there. We're up to minute 15 now. Let's see, 30, that's no chance for either side. Minute 17. Minute 17 could have a penalty here to the Detroit Red Wings. Doug McKegg, indeed, is going to sit for a pair. I guess I saw his name before Lindsay's. And we could have a little more in the way of penalties late in period 2, much like we did late in period 1. Looking to the home first, Ted Lindsay's gone for a handful. So it's going to be 5-on-3 here for a minute. And but I do have to check the away as well. 4-3, so apparently, evidently, anyway, let's see, Mariucci and Jack Stewart, they're going to go head-to-head, so I'll send them off for 5. I'll send Lindsay off for 5. And so that, goodness, this is where, again, where a timer would benefit me. So, and normally I would. Normally I use a click timer, but I just don't, yeah. It's on the computer. That's what I'm trying, that's a dump down. That's what I'm trying to say. Anyway, so I think I have to do 2 minutes now of, wait, let's see. Oh, dear. right? Because there was the 5 and then the 1 and Detroit and then the. Yep. Okay. No, it was McKegg, but then Lindsay for 5, so it would have been 5-on-3. It is still 5-on-3. The 5 for fighting cancels one another out. So yes, we got 5-on-3 here for a minute, if I'm not mistaken, for a minute. Okay. Yeah, for a minute. And I realized too in 48, going back to the beginning of the period, I realized that it wouldn't have mattered in 48. There would have been, Detroit would have had another minute of power play time. I'm not being unfair to the Red Wings. I've done it this way all season. I use more universal cross-era rules for that because these games are already too high scoring. So there'd be too many power play goals. Boston's already got 68 of them in 55 games. Anyway, that's no chance for either team. So another minute here and 80. Is that not a shorthanded chance for Detroit? 4-on-5? I believe it would be. Yeah, higher than 76, above 76. And again, if I'm wrong, well, that's how I play it. So Conacher here, right? Conacher in a shorthanded bid here in the final minute. No, and if this is not a 0 minute, which usually actually I make exceptions on special teams, but it isn't, so I don't have to worry about that. So here after 40 minutes of play, we have a 4-all game. But Chicago is still going to have 2 minutes. Lindsay, again, he's in the box for a handful. And I got to remember as well to exempt Stewart and McKegg be out of the box, but Stewart and Mariucci from chances should they get one. That's another thing that I do. Anyway, look at this here. We're kicking off the third, much like how we ended the second. 3 and 4, so this time it's going to be Kay Stewart getting into a fight with Beth Guidelin. Okay, so then I'm going to send them to the box for 5, and that's home and away. I'll check for any extracurriculars here for Chicago. They don't have a Z3. So anyway, that's a good trade, though, for Detroit. I mean, Guidelin has a couple of points in this game, but Stewart with 3 of them. Stewart one off the league lead right now, I believe. Or actually might even be tied with Elmer Locke, come to think of it. Anyway, that is going to be Chicago, though. Still, let me double check things here because that'd be technically a minute in. And then all of this happened. So this is going to be the final minute here of Ted Lindsay's penalty. And Chicago here with a chance. But Gay Stewart, I'm taking it away from him. He's in the box. That's how I do things. Weep and moan. Anyway, so we're up to minute 5. Sorry, 2 plus 3. Minute 5 and 78. Don't try this at home. Use a timer. 78, and it's going to be play rest for Detroit. McKegg is now long out of the box. McKegg somehow manages to join the rush here in the slot, where, of course, he scores. We have a 5-4 game. McKegg has more goals in this campaign, significantly more than he had in his entire NHL career there from the back of the bench. Doug McKegg. And we're going to see here at 4:46, McKegg, appropriately DB. So McKegg, he can't assist on his own goal. There are no other bench defensemen because it's 1948. And I did say line 3, so McKegg from Conacher. That's good enough for me. Anyway, 2 more minutes here, so up to minute 7 thereabouts. With the 4, Chicago, of course, they're looking to tie immediately. And, that's going to be Bill Mosienko. Mosienko, a veteran off to a slow start, coming on strong of late from the face-off circle here. Mosienko, he's unable to score from there. Still 5-4 Detroit. And let's see here. I believe we're up to minute 9 now. Hopefully I'm not behind Chicago sometime unfairly. 72, so that's nothing there. We're up to minute 12 here. 8 minutes to go in this game now. 34, no chance for either team. And 7 minutes to go here in the hockey game. And just barely missing a chance there for Detroit. 6 minutes to go here in the contest. With it to Chicago with yet another bid to tie. Player A, that's going to be Gay Stewart, looking to pass Elmer Locke in the process. Stewart here with it at the blue line. That hasn't hindered him in this much, though, but it does here. So let me see now. We're down to 5 minutes. Time ticking nice and slowly here in the final frame. But pretty chanceless relatively anyway. So now we're down to 2 minutes here. That's 68 being no chance for either team. 29 is also no chance for either side. So yeah, we're down basically into the final minute here. And 53 penalty to Detroit. Let's see here. X and Y too. So I'm going to say, let's penalize Guidelin. And if this is not a 0 minute, however, which could work in Chicago's favor, it's not a 0 minute. So there you have it. 5-4 final score for the Detroit Red Wings with just 4 games to go now. If I update the standings, Toronto will have a game in hand, but Detroit is up to 65 points. Chicago remains at 51 points, just below the playoff line. So not only did New York catch them with a win over Boston just earlier, New York's actually in position now to overtake Boston. And Boston has to be careful because with 4 games to go here, Chicago, they can't catch Detroit anymore, definitely. But what they can do is actually catch Boston. Both of these teams could catch Boston, though again, Chicago just with 4 games remaining. The Rangers and the Bruins each still with 5. So anyway, anytime any consideration that you give to anything like this, well, it's never expected. It's definitely always appreciated. And I also have. I'm behind on everything. So another thing too is a couple of days ago, it doesn't matter. It was a little while ago now. Earlier in this week, I did another game design video. It's for using a 3D10 system instead of a 4D6 for matchups, offense defense matchups, which I think I will put up in timestamp. I might wait on that one because I want to timestamp it more meticulously, but I guess just sort of a preview of what's to come. Maybe that'll go up a little later in the week. Although, full disclosure, I'm going to say right now, I'm really leaning heavily toward the 4D6 system. It might be a little dicier, but I don't care. I'm designing a game for me. And I really do think that it works better in a variety of ways with 4D6 than it does with 3D10. I've also considered 2D12 instead of 4D6, but I think I like 2D12 even less than 3D10. So I don't think there will be I was planning on doing a 2D12 video actually, but I just don't think that I like that option enough. I don't know. Test playing could change my mind. We'll see what happens. 5-4 Detroit is your final score here. And I don't have a mug. That's right. I don't have a beverage right now. So cheers, thanks, and bye for now.